Da, 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 da. Hello, cats and kittens, and welcome back to Alice's Adventures on PowerWash. Or, yeah, well, it's the DLC for PowerWash. And if any of you recognize what I was humming, that was Alice's Restaurant, a completely different thing. So here we go. We are continuing the um, Caterpillar's Mushroom, which I don't know if this will be the last scene in Alice's Adventures or not, but it will probably be the last one that I stream because well, I wanted to play Power Wash, but I couldn't because I had to save this for the stream, and I can't. Power Wash is set up so if you start any new jobs, your old jobs, unfinished jobs are reset. That saves them a lot of space in the game, so it's very understandable. So let us resume the job and continue. Let's find the cat. Where's the cat? I can't remember where the cat was. I was going to wave at the cat. Oh well. Let's see where we haven't been. We started over here. Started back at the start. Begin it to the beginning. And when you come to the end, stop. That advice was given to Alice by Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And that is from Through the Looking Glass. But it's still good advice. If you don't know where to begin, begin at the beginning. And I have realized I don't generally have a lot to talk about unless I'm talking about a game, and Power Wash doesn't have a lot to talk about. It's just washing. It's chill, relaxing. I like using the long reach. It's got a small breadth, small area, yeah, but it's powerful. So we'll get all that grime in there that's way up there, so instead of having to go up on the scaffolding and get funky angles, but actually, I probably could parkour. As my friend Viz would say, hardcore parkour. Oh, that's, okay, there we go. I accidentally went into aim mode. Let's do a shorter extension and get the stuff that's close to me, though. Anyways, so there's not always a lot to talk about in Power Wash. I mean, riveting content, talking about changing nozzles. So, I might end up regaling y'all with songs. Like the Filk songs that I wrote, or not wrote. I came up with ideas for songs for Decked Out. They are Filk. If you don't know what Filk is, it's kind of like, when you take an existing song and you change the lyrics. Sometimes kind of making fun of the original song, but usually just, doing your own stuff. Like Weird Al. Weird Al's songs would be considered Filk or satire. So I came up with ideas for some for Decked Out, and if you don't know what Decked Out is, way back in Hermitcraft Season 6, I believe, the Hermit Tango Tech, I know, I talk about the Hermits a lot, so I assume everybody knows who they are. Uh, Hermitcraft is a Minecraft SMP, a private server, and only the people invited can be on it. And that's what private server is, of course. I'm being redundant there, explaining that. And it's got some of the best builders and redstoners. And if you don't know that much, you probably don't know much about Minecraft. And so you probably haven't seen my Minecraft videos. Though I don't think my Minecraft videos really explain any of that either. I'm not a very good builder, nor a redstoner. Redstone is stuff that is automated, basically. And building is building. Minecraft is a very creative game. So, some of the best builders and redstoners on Minecraft, uh, well, at least who stream Minecraft or have videos on YouTube. So Let's Players basically are on Hermitcraft. And Tango Tech is known as a redstoner. He's very, very, very good with redstone. I would say he's a genius with redstone, but he is also a very good builder. And he made a game. That's one of the great things about how creative Minecraft is. You can make games within the game called Decked Out, where the players had cards in their hand. And I didn't really watch the first Decked Out, so I can't really give much information about it. But basically, they had to go through a dungeon that Tango had made, and they got help from the cards in their hands. It gave them abilities and whatnot, if it worked the way Decked Out 2 does. And I just hit the wrong button. I went back into aim mode. Here we go. I wanted to go to a longer... There we go. Give a little more oomph. Oh, that's why I couldn't get that. It was on the other side of the branch. Oh well. I fell down, and I can still reach because I have the longer one on. So he had that game, and I didn't watch season. We didn't watch it in season 6, not much of it, but by season 9 we were watching Tango, and so we watched him building Decked Out at least as much as he showed because he wanted to keep some of it a surprise for when people were actually playing it. So we were very, very interested in it, and it was great fun to watch. I'm sure it was great fun to the hermits who played it, um, especially some of the ones who got addicted to it, like Gemini Tay, who's also known as Gemini Slay. And I mention her because she is mentioned in one of my little folk songs. I may or may not end up singing those as my stream goes by, and I very loosely use the term songs because most of them are just a couple lines. I didn't ever sit down and complete the songs uh, because I kept meaning to, and then it's been so long since Decked Out was done. I haven't felt like it's really right to complete them because it's been so long. They would not be topical at all. At all, at all. So, may or may not get little snippets of would-be songs if I ever completed them. There's one I very intentionally did not complete because I felt that it was disrespectful to the original song. Not that it was insulting to it or anything, it's just that the topic of the original song was a very important topic, and sometimes folk songs make it seem like you don't take the original song seriously. So I decided not to finish that one. Ding! Gotta love the dings. Hey! I was actually not expecting to get a ding for the door yet. That's the handy dandiness of the long reach. I can get some places that I wouldn't otherwise be able to. This is the extra long reach. I'm stuck on something. There we go. Again, that was Alice's restaurant. I don't want to get hit with copyright though, so I'm not going to sing that. I don't have. That's not a filk. That's an actual song. Well, it might be a filk. The song itself might be a filk of something, but it's not my song. It's not mine. So. And I don't. Well, yeah. This is Alice's Adventures, Alice's Restaurant. They may be completely different, but they're still. Even though they're different Alice's, they're still Alice. You see, whilst you have been working, I've completely deconstructed myself. That's what caterpillars do. They get all mushy and turn into butterflies. I am now a liquid which simultaneously remembers both what it was to be a caterpillar and what it is to be a butterfly. So the question, so is the question still, who am I or what am I? I think one of the reasons that butterflies are so popular, besides the fact that they're pretty, um, in literature and art, is that they do embody that existential question that everybody goes through. Well, I don't, maybe not everybody questions who or what they are, but sometimes there's so many changes in life. We don't necessarily go through the huge change that caterpillars do, caterpillars turning into butterflies, but coping and adapting with various changes, like even just as you grow, even if you stay in the same town, know the same people, your body goes through changes in, in puberty and when you get older. So, existentialism, existential questions, questions about who and what we are, our roles in life, our roles in the world, in the universe. Maybe we don't think that big, but some people do. A lot of times, the transformation of the caterpillar into the butterfly symbolizes that in art, literal art like pictures, and also um, the broader term because literature and movies and all of that, it's all forms of art. They're all forms of art. And I don't want to get too deep into existential questions. I just wanted to comment on how caterpillars and butterflies are important in that. And of course, there's also the butterfly effect, which is, I, I'm fairly certain it takes its term from an old science fiction book about time travel, which I believe was written by Isaac Asimov. I may be wrong, but it was one of the classic sci-fi writers, anyways. And basically, it's time travel. They warn the guy not to step off the path. And if you haven't ever, I don't even remember the name of the story. It was a short story, actually, not a full book. Um, they warn him not to step off the path because anything that he changes could have lasting effect. Well, he ends up stepping off the path and stepping on a butterfly and comes back to a world where people are practically illiterate because there was something about the butterfly's wings or its color being used in dye or something, whatever was the case. It doesn't really go into why the change happened, but that stepping on the butterfly changed the world. There's also, I think it's a philosophical thing where people talk about butterfly flapping its wings, and that might be more what it refers to because um, the reference of the butterfly in that time travel story that I was mentioning may be a little too obscure for the butterfly effects, that term's popularity, because there's also the philosophical thing that is more well known about if a butterfly flaps its wings somewhere, it can cause a hurricane somewhere else. I can't remember the whole thing or even who supposedly said it, but I think that's what the butterfly effect is referring to. I like to think it's referring to the sci-fi story of time travel. And my screen keeps like getting jumpy. Hi Cheshire. Want a bath? Can't reach you. He's kind of scary looking. Very trippy. Look into his eyes. I was playing around with some stuff for updating my model, and one of the choices was to have spiral eyes. Oh no, no, no! It wasn't that. It was in a game. Um, Critter Cove, which I may be sharing the demo of because that was fun. I'm thinking on doing Tuesday tryouts. So on Tuesdays, maybe uh, sharing demos of games. And it's a big maybe because I'm not sure if that would be something I kind of want to do. So I mean, I want to share, but Tuesdays are difficult for me and any weekday right now because of my work schedule currently, my IRL job. It's a very busy time of year for me, so I might not be doing much streaming during the week anyway. But in Critter Cove, it's very, very customizable characters, and one of the things was spiral eyes like that. That's what brought it up was the spiral eyes that Cheshire has in here. It's an interesting, it's a very psychedelic setting. And people do talk about Alice in Wonderland being about drugs, and it very well could have had some influence because back when it was written, some of the psychedelic drugs that are outlawed now were not against the law. In fact, they were common, like heroin, which I don't know. Heroin's not psychedelic, but opium? Oh, I can't remember all the psychedelics. But I do know that back then a lot of people didn't know just how harmful drugs were. And so they weren't against the law back then. And so, who knows? Lewis Carroll may have been under the influence, but the story is that he wrote it as to entertain some kids, a little girl named Alice, specifically. Oh, that's a clothespin, it's not dirt. I don't know why this keeps jumping. I don't know if it's jumping on the stream or not, but it is for my screen. That's kind of odd. Change to a smaller extension because I'm going to do the parkour and get up here. Yeah, there's still lots on the cocoon. Can I get up there? Maybe here. 'Cause these are almost like steps. If I can get the right angle to hop up on them. Maybe. Let's see. Let's get these spots while I'm here and I can see them. See, there's a spot on the corner there. Do do do. Everybody stop now. What's that sound? Tango's cough is coming down. Come here, Beanie. I'm not doing the Benny cam today because I didn't want to fuss with it, and it's probably a good thing with how my screen is doing weird things. But I still need to get the Benny and have him settle down instead of going for the cords. Yeah, no cords for Beanie. Unfortunately, with the setup that I have, he can get back behind my laptop where everything is plugged in, so it can't have cord covers there because they don't fit, and it's, the parts of the cords that would come out of the cord cover to be plugged into the machine anyways, so they're kind of a hazard. We learned after adopting Benny, not that this would have stopped us from adopting him, but uh, we learned that cats who are weaned too early do tend to like to chew cords. And so we also learned that Benny didn't have a mama. Well, I mean, he had to have had a mama. He was born. But Um, he was not raised by his mama. He had to be bottle fed, and so he was definitely weaned way too early. So he likes chewing cords, especially when he doesn't feel he's getting the attention he deserves. Even though he's free to lie on our laps and get all the attention he wants, he sometimes will fuss, even so, because he rules the house, and we are supposed to psychically know what kind of attention he wants. If he wants to play, if he wants to snuggle, and of course when we don't, then he goes for the cords. But we love the baby. Ooh, probably am going to have to go on the scaffolding to get all these angles here. Yeah. Did I get this? Is this done? Yeah, the jumper's done. This is the trunk is not. Alright. Let's see. Oh, I should be able to get that part with the long extension. I don't know why I'm so stubborn about using the scaffolding. I think it's just a challenge to do as much as I can without using the tool, without using the ladder or the scaffolding or whatever. It's just a challenge I like to do for myself, and I'm not alone. From what the devs have said with various releases, it is a popular thing to try to not use the scaffolding or ladder. I will use it. I don't like declare, oh, I have failed if I must use it. I just like to see how much I can get done without using them. See, can I hop up on here? If I can hop up on here, yes. And I might be able to get that there. Yay. Oh, again, the clothespin. And Benny has laid down on my husband's lap. My husband's Don the Baseman. You may have seen our Minecraft streams together. Well, I stream. He sometimes records. I don't think he's recorded our Minecraft streams though on Catnip. Catnip's the name of my free DLC. Oh, the new free DLC. Actually, since I'm on Steam, hi Darker, by the way. uh, it was actually available on Steam before the other platforms. So yes, I did get the DLC, the Muckingham Files. That's part of why I'm thinking of not, if this does not wrap up Alice's um, adventures. Like if I finish this scene, the caterpillar's place, and there's another scene, I might not stream that because I want to be free to play during the week. I really wanted to play the Muckingham Files, and I couldn't because I needed to save this to complete it on stream. I mean, I could have done it off stream, but I felt that wasn't quite right to start it on stream and then not finish it on stream, you know. But yeah, I did get it. I just can't play it yet till I finish this, so that I don't lose the progress on this. How are you doing, Darker? I hope you've been well. That is loud. Come on, where can I put it? I usually have the sounds turned way down, so I always forget how loud the scaffolding is. Oh, good to hear. I'm doing alright. I had been out of out of one of my medications that I take for hypersomnia, which if you don't know what hypersomnia is, most people have at least heard of narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is a form of hypersomnia. Basically, part of my brain says, sleep, and the rest of my brain says, okay, and so I fall asleep at inappropriate times. So I had been out of that for a while because of insurance issues, which I won't go into. Insurance is oh so fun. Uh, and I finally got that, so getting back into being able to stay awake. It's a good thing. And that's how I'm doing.
I'm in the middle of a death trap dungeon.
And
Very demanding.
Benny is yelling at my husband. Benny's our cat.
I can't.
And Don is trying to play Elden Ring.
In real life, too.
In real life, too, you're playing Elden Ring?
Yeah. I'm, I've got to be ready to dodge when Benny attacks.
Oh, he's saying he needs to be ready to dodge when Benny attacks.
You're rubbing on my finger. Don't you sweat it.
Let's see. Let's go back to the short one. Oh. The couch and the hookah. They had to have the hookah. Of course, the hookah
There.
goes
That's what
along with
that
the
is.
whole Alice in Wonderland is all about drugs thing. But again, those drugs were legal at the time. So, oh, I don't know if my microphone is picking up Benny, but he is being very fussy. He is yelling at Don.
I'm bleeding.
Did he scratch you?
Yeah.
You need to go clean that. Are you at a site of grace?
No.
You should turn on his laser. I can hear him. I don't know if my stream can hear him. Beanie. Let him go.
I'm not holding him, really. There. Is that better?
Turn on his laser. He probably wants to play. Cause he can't play Elden Ring with you. Sorry for the clearing of the throat if I didn't get muted in time. Bubbles, 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 bubbles. Can I hit the bubbles? I think they're popping on their own. I don't think they're popping from me hitting them. Hi, Cheshire. With all these psychedelic colors, it's hard to tell when something's clean without doing this. So of course we can do that. Hookah, smoking caterpillar. I can't sing more of that. Because that song is definitely about drugs. I forgot to turn on chatty, which lets me know when somebody says something in chat. So if you type anything and I don't respond, that will be why. I'm half blind, so I have to actually completely look over at the chat to see. I can't just glance to see if there's been anything. Bubble, bubble. Toil and trouble. I think I've quoted that before because I think there was bubbles in another place in here. I think at the tea, by the tea in the rabbit's house, I think. The rabbit's house also had the clocks, which reminded us of Back to the Future. And this is, I wouldn't mind having this. This looks comfy. Got your lumbar support, a nice high back, so if you fall asleep, your neck is supported. This looks good. I would not mind having this. Though this is kind of a weird shape for the bottom part. I like my recliner, though it has nice wide arms, so if I'm playing a game that requires a keyboard, I have the I have a half keyboard on one arm and then my mouse on the other arm, and then Benny can be on my lap and I can play. Because otherwise I can't reach my keyboard because I'm short and I can't reach over Benny. Benny likes to be on our laps. He's a very snuggly kitty. You're doing good. Just embracing my boomer side playing WoW. I never got into WoW. Okay, the table is not clean, but where... Ah, I see on the other side. Oop. Ah, the legs. I love the little feet on here. I guess they're supposed to be like reminiscent of the caterpillar's feet. They match the boots down on or the booties down on the clothesline below. Okay, the cushion has its own separate thing, so let's look for the ding on the cushion. Ah, there we go. The hookah's not done yet. The sound of your work is so soothing. That's what a lot of people say about PowerWash, because you got the whooshing of the water. I I think it's funny that that's like one of the things that people talk about the most. Okay, people being Markiplier, because he's the one I've seen play PowerWash the most. Um, they like the sound of the water, and I keep it turned down very low because I can't I can't stand too much noise. So I turn the water down low so that I can hear the other sounds. I am feeling altogether more myself again. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everyone had a cocoon in which to pop whenever the world got a little too much? I'm sure dear Alice could do with one about now. I'm sure she could. She was in a frightful state when she was going through Wonderland and the Looking Glass. I wonder where she's got to. Off talking to the Mock Turtle. I don't remember. It's been a long time. I don't remember the order of events in the actual stories, or even in the Disney movie. Mishmash. It was. I can't think of anything. I wanted to make a little reference to Alice in Wonderland using Splish Splash, but all I got was mishmash. That's the way my brain works. It's like, here's an idea. Ah, no, never mind. Alright. Oh, automatic bubble blower. It's not a hookah. That's how we get around the whole drug thing. It's a bubble blower. Ah, I see where. There it is. There's the ding. Ah, fireflies. Don't go chasing fireflies. And there, that's it. That's why I don't finish my folk songs. I just get little bits. Stop now. What's that sound? Tango's cough is coming down. Bearing down. That's what I had written. Bearing down. Tango's cough was one of the monsters that Tango put in to the dungeon. And he killed a lot of hermits. And the name was the right number of syllables to fit in that spot in the song. And that's the one I decided not to continue the filk because the actual song is a very serious subject matter. So, and I can't remember the actual name of the song because it's not what you would think. Stop now, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. It's about LA riots back in the 60s sometime. And I can't remember the name. Anyway. Okay, now this is making me want sherbet, actually. A little brighter colors than what you really find in sherbet, but look, you got your grape and lemon and strawberry. And the grime before it turns off is your lime. Rainbow sherbet. Doesn't usually have grape, but it could. That'd be good. I'm lactose intolerant, so sherbet's better than ice cream for me. Better for me than ice cream. I can see why the sound of the water can be found soothing. I should maybe turn it up a little, but then I wouldn't be able to talk. That was part of the reason I turned it way down, was because there's so much sound, and when you have the water going at a higher volume, it's not very good for streams. I was just thinking about my attempt at a filking splish splash with mishmash, and I'm coming up against an issue with too many syllables with what I just thought of. But I'll go ahead and try it anyways. Mishmash, Alice is having a blast. A bash. Gotta rhyme. Let's see, there's too many syllables there. That's one of the tricks to writing filks is getting the syllables, the scan, and not just the number of syllables. You gotta have the right emphasis in the right places to go with the beat. That's part of why I like to write them down. So I'll have like the real lyrics on one side of the paper. So I am talking about literally writing them down, and then the filk lyrics on the other side, or I'll alternate lines. So I'll have one line of the regular song and one line of the filk song. So I don't actually tend to finish them beyond my quick little ideas that just pop into my head, because they are a lot of work and I need to know the songs really well, and that's just my brain doesn't always work like that. So one of these days, I did do one a little more complete for Dredge, which, if you're not familiar with Dredge, I haven't played it, but Don has played it, and you finished the DLC to Dredge today, right?
Say what?
You did the DLC to Dredge?
Yeah, I
You
played it.
finished it today? Or yesterday?
Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a little behind. I don't know what day it is. I worked until like 10 o'clock on Friday. Anyway, it's a boat about a fisherman. A boat about a fisherman. A game about a fisherman dredging up stuff in a kind of spooky. It's a weird mix between spooky and cozy. 'Cause you know you're on a boat, you're fishing. That's kind of cozy, but it's also Lovecraftian, so spooky. So it's a pretty cool game. I've enjoyed watching Don play it and
Gab.
Gab and Gemini Tay and
Skilly.
Skilly. What's Skilly's full name? Uh,
Skilly McPhilly.
Skilly McPhilly. Did IGP play it?
I don't think so.
Skilly McPhilly, Jacksepticeye. Um, sometimes it's fun.
What was the question?
No, I'm just talking about Dredge. I was talking about the
No,
songs I
the
picked.
question.
I was talking. Oh, there's a question. Did you try Crime Scene Cleaner? No, I haven't tried Crime Scene Cleaner. I'll have to look that up. I hadn't heard of that. I have tried the demo for Monster Mop Up. That one is kind of weird. It's one of those silly physics games.
You want to snuggle? You won't
And
bite me again?
and thank you, Don, for pointing out that Darker had asked a question. Sorry about that, Darker. Like I mentioned, I forgot to turn on Chatty, so I won't always see when there's something. So my apologies. Uh, but Monster Mop Up is a very silly game. I can't remember if it is out yet or not. I haven't gotten the full version yet if it is out. But I did play the demo and it was fun. It was aggravating at times because I'm not used to silly physics, but and if you don't know what silly physics are, that's like the ragdoll, like everything just flops around. You can't like pick stuff up and move it in a normal fashion. Uh, so it was challenging in that regard, but it was fun. But I will have to check out Crime Scene Cleaner.
Monster. Benny, you're gonna get me killed.
Benny is getting in Don's way. He likes when he lies on Don's lap. He actually likes to lie on more beside his lap than on it, and it makes it to where Don can't put his arm down and puts him at weird angles, so it messes up when he's trying to play a game. So right now, Don is fighting this weird monster with lots of tentacles and maybe it's an octopus. I don't know what it
Land
is.
octopus.
It's a land octopus. And Benny's like moving around on his lap and fussing and getting in his way. So, and he just adds a whole new challenge to Don's game playing. And since Don likes to play challenging games, that makes it all the more interesting. If you are interested in Elden Ring, Don has his platinum playthrough posted on his YouTube channel, Don the Baseman. I mean, speaking of crime scene cleaning type of things, he has played. I don't know if he posted it. Um,
Viscera cleanup detail.
Viscera Cleanup Detail, which doesn't that have silly physics?
Yes.
That has silly physics, so it's another cleaning game with silly physics. I haven't played it. He played it with a friend of ours, who's on Twitch.
Ryosaki.
Who's, I was getting there. She's on Twitch as Ryosaki, and yeah, she's on YouTube too as Ryosaki. Don's mostly on YouTube. He's done like one stream on Twitch.
You gotta respond.
Ah, plays play some of Elden Ring. Just didn't click. It just did. Yeah, Don's been trying to convince me to play Elden Ring, and I'm like, I'm a cozy player. He's like, well, there's a mod where we can do seamless co-op, and we could make you. There's another mod you could be
Max
max
level.
level, so losing runes wouldn't matter, and it would be hilarious. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it would be.
But it's understandable for people that
But it's understandable to not get into games like Elden Ring, especially FromSoft games are notoriously very difficult, and I not for me. I maybe would try Elden Ring if the right now the seamless co-op uh, mod is actually broken because of an update that happens. I think it was because of an update.
yeah.
Yeah, Don just confirmed that it was. And what seamless co-op is, you can have somebody, you can summon someone to help you on Elden Ring, but they can only be there for a certain bit. Like if you summon them and you go do a boss fight, then once the boss fight is done, they go back to their world, and you can't summon them again within a certain area. And so that's not true co-op. So uh,
The
the
mod
the
turns it to true co-op.
the mod changes it to true co-op, so you could like be on the same world, and that might be fun. But we'd also have to buy two new copies of Elden Ring because I would have to have a copy, and since I don't play on PlayStation, look, you can see his tail. Um, Don's Elden Ring is on PlayStation, so he would have to buy a copy of it from Steam, and I would have to buy a copy of it from Steam. And we just don't have an extra 120 bucks to go buy in a game that, two copies of a game that I might not enjoy playing. Well, probably, I don't know. It might be fun if I did do max level and all those mods, just so that it was, mostly just hanging out with Don and trying my hand at killing some of the nasty beasties. But yeah, I don't think any FromSoft games are for me, except for maybe Armored Core.
No.
No, Don says no. Armored Core is very difficult, but I liked when the earlier versions of Armored Core. I liked convincing him and saying, "Do this" when he was modifying his mech. At least I think I did. I remember
Yeah.
something about modifying mechs. But of course, I would only be like
It was
suggesting,
fashion core.
yeah, fashion core, armored fashion core, you know, cause like
Armored fashion.
armored fashion, cause what is it?
Fashion Soul is the thing.
What fashion souls? Yeah, Souls like games and doing the fashion thing in Souls like games. That's a thing. Or Souls games, not Souls like, cause we are talking about FromSoft games. So those are the original Souls games. Don't know if I got in there completely or not. Ooh, wait, I saw a spot. I saw a spot. Can I get it? Gotta get up in there somehow. Do, 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 do. We used to have a Furby. Oh wait, I think we still do. We took the batteries out. They can be scary. Ah! I wanted to get that on the way. I didn't want to fall all the way down. I kind of wanted to get an angle on that one. Oh,
Go, go.
but we also had a Yoda that acted kind of like a Furby, and we thought we had taken the batteries out of it, and then somebody picked him up and he said, "Fun this is." And we're like, "Nope." And it turned out, of course, we hadn't taken the batteries out, but That was still a nope. So we did take the batteries out, and I think we gave the Yoda away.
No, he's still sitting on your
Oh, we still have it?
on one of your bookshelves. Yeah.
Still have some left of the cocoon. We got that. That segment still needs. I'll probably have to move the this thing, scaffolding. Boy, my brain is working very well today. Let's see if we've got everything over here. Ooh, we can see that there. Don't go chasing fireflies. No, enterprise is too many syllables. Please stick to the reavers and brown coats you're used to. I made reference to Firefly. It's funny when Firefly came out, we didn't want to see it because everyone was like, "Oh, it's by the director of Buffy." And we're like, "Well, we loved the movie Buffy, but we did not like the series Buffy." So people telling us, "Oh yeah, watch Firefly. It's by Joss Whedon, the guy who made Buffy." We're like, "Not interested." Then one time we were visiting Don's dad, and his sister was there and put on Firefly, and we watched a couple episodes and bought the rest of the DVDs on the way home. Because we did like Firefly. And nothing against Joss Whedon or Buffy, we just didn't really like the series all that much, so it wasn't that big of a reason for us to watch a show. Or, it wasn't a good recommendation. Didn't put any weight to the recommendation. There we go. That's what I was trying to think of, I think. I don't know what I was trying to say. But, yeah, we liked Firefly. In fact, we actually went to see it um, when it released, like at midnight. We like I think that's the only movie we've done that for. When the Serenity movie came out,
We took the day off.
we took the day off and went to the release. Not like premiere red carpet type of thing. Just the first available time we could go see it. Which we don't generally do for movies, but that's how much we liked Firefly. We bought the role playing game too, but we haven't played it. Whee! This still reminds me of candy. It's very Willy Wonka. Concentrating on my hardcore parkour. There we go. I really should get Viz to play PowerWash with me. He has it, and I think he would like it because he's always going hardcore parkour, and you can parkour to some extent in most of the levels of PowerWash. Yay! Getting the dings again. Woohoo! Almost done here, I think. Maybe.
Question for you.
Question. Do you do the achievement? Yes, I do the achievements. I haven't gotten like the watermelon. Watermelon. Get the soccer ball out of the watermelon pool in the skate park, or the soccer ball up the slide at the Stegosaurus slide playground. I haven't managed to do those, but I've got like the earn 5 star, earn 5 gold challenges, um, and there's one with buckets. Well, I think the buckets that are at the statue, the archaeological dig. I can't remember all the names of everything, but yeah, I've done most of the achievements except for the 2 soccer ball ones, and I have not yet done um, the ruins with the white nozzle. I kind of want to do that, but I'm kind of afraid to do that because I know it's going to take forever. Because those were tough even with the stronger nozzles. So, yeah, that one's going to be fun. I've been delaying doing that. I think I may do a stream of uh, Little Kitty Big City getting the cat achievements because I finished the game, but there were still a lot of cat achievements left to get, and I've been debating doing a stream of getting those or just going and getting them on my own. But since I streamed all of Little Kitty Big City, so I kind of I liked sharing that one. So I think I might do a special stream just for the cat achievements on that. And if it takes me more than one stream to do it, then I probably will get the rest on my own. But I might do at least one stream of getting the cat achievements for Little Kitty Big City. But yeah, I even bought the SpongeBob DLC because it had achievements, and I'm like, I can't say I've got all the achievements in PowerWash if I don't have all the DLCs. I'm not a fan of SpongeBob. So, alright, we're at the 99%, so it's time to go through our list and see what we're missing. Which 2 bridge posts out of 28. So, yeah, we're doing the flash from selecting it. Maybe not on this bridge. I don't see anything flashing. Ah, here we are. Right there. I see it. That's one. Come on, give me the ding. Ooh, I saw that light up. But this still isn't. Ah, now it is. Alright. So there should be one more. Maybe it's on the other bridge. Yep, there it is. Let's see where. Down there at the bottom. Alright. Back to our list. Caterpillar cocoon. I still haven't got that. Oops. Wrong button. Let's see here. I know that's not the cocoon, but they lit up. Still lit up. It's probably on that curve there. Can I get up? See, I was on this before. I'm not seeing anything light up. Of course, this has got lots of challenging angles on it. Alright. Do we have a ladder or just the tiny little stool and the scaffolding? Uh, Still that little dot. Okay. Ladder, ladder, ladder. Maybe. Do we have a ladder? 'Cause I think a ladder might be better than the scaffolding. Nope. Maybe our long distance from here. It's definitely soaked. Let's see. I don't know why that hopped into my head, but there it was. Got that. Alright. Fungus platforms. Okay, so those are these. And it's this one. Ah, in there. I know there's a quicker way to change the nozzles, but this is the way I'm used to. There we go. Alright. And I know it's in the list, but the list doesn't tell me where the things are. Mushroom cap rim. Okay, that's probably the big thing on top. Yeah, that's the big thing on top. Ah, there we are. Well, I got something else. Oh, a stock segment. We'll probably have to get back up on the scaffolding. Oh, I'm on the bridge. That's why I couldn't move. We'll have to see if this one has any achievements. It should. And we'll go for the achievements if there are any achievements. Of course, that might entail replaying entire levels, so might not do that on stream. But of course, once I get the achievement, I don't have to play the whole rest of the level, but I generally tend to do that when I bring up a level in the bonus play. Ah, over there. Alright. Whee! No fall damage! See if I can get that from here. Might not be able to get the angle right. Sorry. My throat is just great today. Alright. Ka-chunk. Alright. Let's see. Might have to move our little step stool. That might not even be the right place to get what I need to reach, but we'll see. I get turned around very easily. Especially when I go climbing things backwards. Ah, there we are. Yeah, that's what we need to get. That way, and that way. Let's see where else we need to get right there. Hey, got it. Mushroom cap segments. Let's see which one we're missing. We're only missing one. That's pretty good. That one, okay. Let's see if we can jump there from here. Probably not. But maybe. Maybe. We can jump up here. Jump. Got it. Alright, next stock segments are going to be those things that are oh so fun to get to. I'm not surprised that that's what the last thing I have left to do is a couple of those. Because they take the hardcore parkour. Which one was blinking? It was this one that was blinking, yes. But where? It's probably up on the branching bit. Come on, parkour. Which one do I have? I have a short one on, so that should not be getting in my way. It's just awkward. Okay, let's go ahead and use the equipment. We're giving it for a reason. Let's see if we can even get in there. Kind of awkward terrain, but we'll get there. We're almost done. Okay. Alright, I see that spot there on that one.
Yeah, keep talking.
The problem is, if I go all the way up to the top of the scaffolding, I won't be able to get to the stalks. But if I don't go all the way up, the bars of the scaffolding are in the way. Okay, which one? Okay, that is the section. Okay, those two were so close together, I thought they were one section. So that's the other one. Can we see? Ah, up there. Up at the top. Yay! Advice from Caterpillar. Complete the caterpillar's mushroom job. Job complete. Let's watch our little time lapse. Ooh. We're not quite as all over the place as I thought I was. Not a speck of millipede footfall to be found. How wonderful. I stand emerged from my chrysalis atop the mushroom in a glorious sunny spot. My wings are sprouted. You should see them. They look finer than a haberdasher's curtains. Yeah, haberdasher's a hat maker, I think. I don't know. Might be more broad than that. I can't remember. I know I've looked it up before. It has come up before. And just in time, too. If I'm not mistaken, it appears to be exactly the moment to discover just how much bigger the world really is. Nice. Yay! Oh, the Mad Tea Party. We've got 45 minutes. When is a table not a table? Why, when it's an unpalatable. Why, when it's an unpalatable, of course. Oh, I get it. Table, unpalatable. And when is a tea not for me? When it's someone else's property. Okay, here's an easier one. Why is a ribbon like a writing desk? No idea? Me neither. And it doesn't matter a jot. Unanswers are always so much more interesting anyway. Of course, if you don't know the unanswer either, then you'd better come clean. The table is dirty after all, and we can't have you just standing there like a sprightly little pepper pot. Hop to it! In truth, March Hare is forever complaining about how grubby everything is, but when a plate gets dirty, I just move everyone along one space, so I really can't see the issue. I do believe it was um, Johnny Depp played the Mad Hatter in one of the versions of Alice in Wonderland, I believe. If I'm remembering correctly, I need to take a drink. Let's see how weird the animation gets. Ah, it's not too bad. Sometimes it makes really weird faces when I'm taking a drink. You know what? I forgot that they have not fixed the issue of the stuff not staying changed. The cosmetics reset every time. So, we must remedy that. This is Alice's Adventures after all. That's much better. The key to a good cup of tea is to always put the milk in first. Same thing with coffee. You should put the cream in it before you put the coffee in. That has to do with burning the cream or milk. Then the butter, then the eggs, and finally the ham. The Mad Hatter's cup of tea is not my cup of tea. And the phrase mad as a hatter is actually because way back in the day, they used to use lead-based stuff for doing something with the felt. I don't remember what, but because lead is poison, it would lead to hatters who had to deal with felt a lot, um, going a little insane. So that mad as a hatter is actually an accurate historical thing. All right. Why is this plate not coming clean? Is it under the spoon? Time for turbo. The turbo is great for getting into the little crevices. We're starting with down below. And there it's getting jumpy again and doing that weird thing. Ah, there we go. There's a spot. Tea grime. Oh, alright. Oh, there we are. This just does not want to come clean. There we go. I was getting stubborn on that. Oh, the chairs are clean. Clean cup, move down, clean cup, move down. And I can't sing any more of that. One, because that's pretty much all there is to the song. Two, I don't want to get in trouble with Disney. That would not be a good thing. Oh, I heard laughter. Is it Cheshire somewhere? Of course, that wasn't quite Cheshire's laughter. The cool thing in Nightingale, which is a survival type game that we've played, it's you travel through realms, through the Feywild. It's pretty fun. And on Don's world, there was a table near his base that had all sorts of mismatched stuff on it and mismatched chairs. I think the chairs were mismatched. Anyways, it was pretty much the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. And I was like, that's so cool. I wish that was on my world. Oh well. I had realm envy. Kind of like food envy. Is this plate gonna be as stubborn as the first one? Tea for two and two for tea. I don't know any of the rest of that song either. Cracked teacup piece. Oh, that's why they were all dinging it different times. It's a cracked piece. Interesting. I thought this was just, decorative, but it was broken. I should pay attention to the names of things as I clean them. Then I would know these things. Nope. Get another piece. Alright, we got that saucer. Let's get a look around instead of just immediately spraying. Let's see. We have a pile of books. I like this. I like how everything is all mismatched, and even the table is mismatched, because it's actually like 4 tables. That is so cool. Hey, he didn't like getting sprayed in the belly. Oh, we're all mad here. A very merry on the birthday. More songs from the Disney version. I heard that laughter. That's not the Cheshire. That's just background laughter. Maybe the March Hare and the Dormouse and the Mad Hatter are somewhere around here. Laughing off over in the trees somewhere. Can you hear them? It's really quiet. It's not very loud. Do you still have Benny? I think Benny has finally left Don alone to let him play Elden Ring in peace. It's really weird to glance over there and not hear anything when he's playing, because he usually doesn't play with headphones on. He's doing that right now because I'm streaming, which is nice of him. Looks like they were playing dice. And I don't know anything about dice. those dice anyways. Craps. Except that I think 7 is a good thing. I don't know. This makes me think of Mrs. Potts. Which is funny because I was just thinking of Angela Lansbury yesterday. Because I looked up to see whether or not she was a dame. And what a dame is like a female version of a knight. So where a guy would be called sir, a woman is called a dame. That's a title. It's their actual title. So she was Dame Angela Lansbury. Uh, she was granted that. I think it said like, oh, I can't remember now. 2012, 20. There were twos in it. It was this century. Teacup. That's a big teacup, or I'm small. Did I eat a part of that mushroom that I just cleaned? Got the handle of the teacup. That's the tricky bit about squatting to get the bottom. Okay, let's do the mid-range. There we go. It's hard for me to do the mid-range because I tend to hit the button too many times. I just go bloop bloop bloop, and then I go right past the mid-range. It's a completely valid position, but I just tend to just hit the button too much. And you'd think I would know better. Trying to get in there. That bit there. Boy, that is... There we go. That was tricky getting in under there. Okay, that's the table. Saucer's not quite done. Saucer's done. We're not worried too much about the table quite yet. We're going to continue going for all the cups and saucers and teapots. We'll leave the table for last. I like to do big, sweeping, big jobs. And as you can see, since I saw that it was Mad Hatters, I decided to go ahead on to the next scene instead of stopping. Oh, I'm so good at sticking to my plans. I just like the Mad Hatters. That's one of my favorite bits of Alice in Wonderland. Nice cup of tea. I wouldn't mind a cup of tea. See if we can see how well does this do. Do the aim under here instead of helpful if I hit the right buttons. Let's try doing the aim. I usually get disoriented using the aim instead of moving, but it might help to get under these tricky bits. Whee! Looks like jam or something on here. Let's see what it says the stuff is. Tea grime blackberry jam. I was right. I called it. I know they put in the aim function for people with who were getting motion sickness, and adults. It's it's another mode, but I think this gives me more motion sickness than moving around. I don't know. I'm not really motion sick. It's just weird. I'm just not used to it. But I think it is better for getting in those tight angles. Because then I'm not hitting the ground and folding up. So it might be a good thing for this. Especially if I switch to using the mouse instead of, or in addition to the controller. I mostly use controller, primarily because for the longest time I didn't have a just left hand only keyboard, so I couldn't really use a keyboard with Benny on my lap. And I'm just more coordinated with a controller than I am with a keyboard. That's just a matter of practice. I'm a little teapot, tall and elegant. That doesn't rhyme. But this is not a short and stout teapot. Oh, that's because it's a jug. I should look at the description of this stuff. I just said that not that very long ago. I have not learned my lesson. Doesn't really matter. It's something that needs to be cleaned. Clean. When you see me going fast like this, I'm using my mouse instead of my controller. It's goes a little easier on my thumb. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. It's kind of like an egg or a duck. This part's an egg. That sounded more like a monkey than a bird. But I'm no expert on monkeys or birds, so I think it's just general animal sounds. And since this is Wonderland, it could be an elephant making that noise. We don't know. Could be a Jabberwock. Though I think Jabberwock was Looking Glass. I get them mixed up. It's been a very long time since I read the books. Why did that ding? There's so much still left. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Blue table, base. Okay, that's the base. Ah, that's why this is part of the base, not the jug. Okay. That's why it dinged with so much still left to do. There we go. Now the base is done. Alright, let's see. I'm not going to do the gramophone yet. There we go. Now I can do my teapot song. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my hand. There's two spouts. Here is my handle. Here is my spout. Three spouts. When I get all steamed up, I just shout. Tip me over and pour me out. I could see this one running around It's got legs. And it knows how to use them. Wait, that's not a spout. Is it? Yeah, it is a spout. Never mind. How many spouts are on this thing? I think they purposely tried to make it look like an octopus or something. But I think it might have too many for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's got 4 legs. So, yep, octopus. Very clever. I like it. I approve. And from the laughter, the Mad Hatter approves too. Wrong button. Alright, I'm taking it off of aim. That was a little too loosey-goosey for me, I think. It was throwing me off. So it did help on the jar. It does help on some of the angles. And people use it for getting artistic in the grime too. They like write messages before they clean. I think a circus theme is a lot more fitting than, I think, what was I humming earlier? Indiana Jones, maybe? I don't always know the songs that I hum. I mean, I know them, but I don't always know what song they are. Got legs. Knows how to use them. My uncle had a beard that was like the guys in ZZ Top. I always call it a ZZ Top beard. And what's funny is that the one member of ZZ Top who does not have a beard, his last name is Beard. So there we go. They were all beard. Okay, teapot leg, teapot leg, leg. That leg's done. Teapot is not done. Come on, parkour. There we are. Yay. I knew I could get up here. I had to be able to. Okay, I guess the spouts count separately, which I should know, because I think I've already gotten some of the spouts. Come on, I'm trying to get the lid now. Oh no, I fell down. Have I got this spout? No. This spout is not done. Inside of it, maybe? Ah, I see the spot on the teapot that I haven't gotten. Let's get up the leg. Up, up. Got That spout's done. This is the side I was trying to get to when I fell down. Handle's done. That spout's done. That spout's done. Come on, teapot. The lid's not done either. Now the lid is done. What is missing on the teapot? Oops. I can do this. Did I get up over here before? Okay, right here. Run and jump. Nope. Ah, there's a spot. And there's a spot. Up under the lid. Ah, this side by the lid. Here we are. There we go. Teapot's done. And while we're up here, let's get old Lumiere. Since I was talking about Mrs. Potts before. Oh yeah, these were all definitely dancing around, moving and everything. I don't know who the voice actor is for Lumiere, so no trivia about the voice actor for Lumiere, because I don't know who it was. Be our guest, be our guest. Aha! I jumped successfully. That's a big handprint. I would not want to make the people at this tea party angry. They could squash me like a bug. They could crush my head. Woo! I did not want to fall down, but oh well. I gotta get it from below anyway. So we were watching a playthrough of Wind Waker the other day. I think it was Wind Waker. And there was one of the treasure sounds or completion sounds. And I realized that there are some sounds in video games that even when people don't play the games or aren't fans of the series, the sounds kind of have gotten into the collective subconscious, and like everybody knows them. Even if they don't play Zelda, there are sounds in Zelda that everybody knows. I don't know why that keeps coming in my head, and yeah, I think that's Indiana. That's Indy. It's Indiana Jones. Ah, look who's back. Can't reach him now. Ah, here we go. I'm done with the hardcore for the moment. There we go. That's a lot easier. Hey, somebody's definitely have a party out there somewhere. Maybe they're actually here. We just can't see them. Back up we go. Oh, my ears just shifted to ringing. That means that there's a there's a storm a brewing. I can feel it in my ears. I got sick with an upper respiratory infection years ago, and ever since then my ears have been sensitive to barometric changes in the barometric pressure, and so that's what I was talking about with theirs. I can feel it in my ears. Did I get this candle's done? Okay. So my ears will burn or itch or just ring when the pressure changes. So I can always, not always tell, but generally I know when weather's changing. I don't know. I have not tracked to be able to figure out what the ringing and the burning and the itching means. Um, but if I did, I'd probably have a pretty good weather sense. But maybe not. With climate change, you never know. Everything's changing. Okay, that candle still has some left to go. Let's look at the Twitch cam to see if it keeps doing that spotty movement that my game has been doing. I would think if it's doing it on my side, it would do it in the stream too, but I don't know. I'm very bad at the ladder. I'm trying to go down and it's going up. Ooh, fall down again. There we go, I got it anyway. Okay, let's check. Candelabra capital. Candelabra candle. Oh, is capital the bit that holds the... I never knew that. Candle. Candelabra stem. That one... Oh yeah, still this side on it. Okay. So, trying to remember that one. That one still has some too. Okay. Oh yeah, we can see that. Don't know where it is on this though. Just got the candle itself. Ooh. Ah, there we are. Up on the ladder. A little bit more. Come on. There we go. Alright. Now we get that one in the back. Oh. I can pick up the ladder while standing on it. Actually, I think I was probably standing on the candelabra. Whee! There we go. That ought to be easy. Easier to do than jumping around. Yes, I've given up on my challenge to myself to not use the ladder on this one. But sometimes I just don't like using the ladder because the places you can put it, it ends up being more in the way. Okay, so we've got the pot, we've got the cups over on this table. Saucer, fork, spoon. I'm going to hold off on getting the gramophone, because that looks like a big challenge. On to the sandwiches. What do you suppose is the more sensible? To eat 3 square meals a day or 4 triangular ones? would you like in yours anyway? Some cucumber? Or cumbersome Q? We know the Mad Hatter and his plays on words. I like it when I can just like go around in a circle and get the thing clean. It's one of my favorite things about the carousel one, the carousel level. Alright, come on. We should get the handle if it's on its own. Yep, it is. And this is a teacup. Looks more like it should be a bowl. It doesn't seem as deep as it should be for as big as it is. But I don't know about perspective. Depth perception is for people with two good eyes. Or two equal eyes. They don't necessarily have to be good. I just keep humming Disney songs and that's not good. Teacup is done. Saucer is done. Spoon is not done. Spoon. Spoon is now done. That plate is done. That spoon is done. Pocket watch. Ah, that looks familiar. Oh, what's it say? Now, according to the story, either the Mad Hatter or the March Hare, I can't remember which, probably the Hatter, um, had gotten punished and cursed for it to always be tea time. And I forget who told that story and revealed that information about the Hatter. But it is always tea time, which is why they have to move down because they can't wash dishes because they're having tea. Should be able to get the fob. The fob looks clean. That's pendant. Bow. Okay, so what's the fob? Is that the chain part? Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about then. I don't know what a watch fob is. I thought it was this bit. Or is it this bit? Oh, that's still the chain. At least that's what they're calling the chain. Fun this is. Got the chain. Let's get the table around it here. Quick. Alright. Let's see what other items there are on the table. There's something over here. I'm gonna wait to get to the pile. I'm getting this short stuff first. Just a couple of plates. That actually makes me think of The Hobbit. Old movie of The Hobbit that had a really weird animation style. But what they did was they took all the songs, because The Hobbit actually has a lot of songs in it, the book itself. Uh, and essentially, it kind of seems like what they did with that movie is they took the songs and those were the focal point, and then they just kind of tied each one together. They kept enough of the story to tie the songs together, and that actually told the story of The Hobbit rather well. And they kind of stick with you. That's what Bilbo Baggins hates. Something about busting dishes. I can't remember it. I go talking about the song sticking with you, and then I talk about one of the ones I can't remember very well. Uh, One of the ones I do remember is the one about going off to war. Because we filked it. Because it's, oh no, I can't remember it. I can talk about it, but no, it's slipping my brain. Okay, let's see. This has got to be underneath. Got to be, because the top one is already dinged. So either between, betwixt or between, just in case it is between. It's kind of hard to get the in between. That's why we use the turbo. There we are. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Ah! I did not get this side at all. Now I have. There we go. Okay. Do I have the spoon? Is the spoon done? The spoon is done. Okay. Alright, let's tackle this pile. It shouldn't be too horribly bad, right? Yeah. Alrighty then. Alright. I know that's from a movie. I don't know what it's from. I think I'm picking it up from somebody who picked it up from the movie.
Say what?
Alright. What is that from?
It's making fun of Matthew McConaughey in one of his movies.
Uh, Don says it's from Matthew McConaughey in one of his movies, or it's making fun of Matthew McConaughey in one of his movies.
All right.
I don't know. I just picked it up from something. Probably somebody streaming.
Okay.
So that's pretty much all we watch anymore.
It's pulling 9 o'clock.
It's what?
Pulling 9 o'clock. It's getting
Oh,
close to 9 o'clock.
Don was letting me know it's close to 9 o'clock. So I probably will not finish the tea party tonight. Um, I might if I have time during the week. Might stream it. I probably won't though, because I've been having to pull stupid crazy hours with work lately, because it's it's the season for that. August and September are very busy months for me, so I probably won't have any streams during the week. But I want to at least finish the stacked teacups before I log off for the night. So let's go get our ladder. Wait, there was another ladder over here, wasn't there? Was there? Yes, there's another ladder. I am observant. Yes. So let's at least get the stacked teacups, and then we will call it a night. And I guess I will have at least one more Alice's Adventures stream after that. I'm on top of the teacups! Not quite the same as being on top of the world, but with how high these teacups are piled, it could be. Tea for two, and two for tea. Okay. Deity, deity, deity. Oh, I guess that's not dirt. I guess that's a shadow, maybe, or the color of the cup. Or maybe it's tea. Maybe that's supposed to be tea. But I'm supposed to be cleaning all of that. The Mad Hatter and the Dormouse and the March Hare did not need Alice to mess up their place. They had it messy to begin with. Do, 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 do. Because they had no time for cleaning. Because it was always tea time. Let's see. What's the court case? The court case was in Wonderland. So, yeah, I think that the story about the Mad Hatter angering time came out in Wonderland. And it could be mixing things up. It might not be in the actual story. It might just be in one of the movie versions that just was added in. It's interesting how much Alice in Wonderland shows up in stuff. Um, like anything about fairy tales. And there's so many remakes of the movie. I mean, it's almost more prolific than Christmas Carol. And everybody references Christmas Carol. I think Scrooge is now a word, too. A word in the dictionary. Don't be a Scrooge. And that just shows how literature um, influences us, too. Oh, it's funny. I, um, we're watching some YouTubers play a game called Pilgrimage, which looks Pilgrim. It's just called Pilgrim?
That's called Pilgrim.
Okay. It's Pilgrims, but they're making a pilgrimage. Uh, and one
That's
of...
what pilgrims do.
Because that's what pilgrims do, yes. Um, well, I called it Pilgrimage because to me it's about the journey.
It's about the loot.
Well, yeah, it's about the loot. Because it's kind of like a Lethal Company type of game. It's medieval Lethal Company, basically. But one of them mentioned Chortle, and they were wondering what Chortle is, and they had declared that it was a Pokemon.
They were trolling.
They were just being silly, but I since I've been playing this, and I know I mentioned in my previous stream that Chortle is actually a real word now. Lewis Carroll made it up for his books, and it's a real word now. I found it very funny that they were talking about Chortle. Okay, have I got all the teacups done? The easiest way to tell is to find it on our list. Let's look at our lists. Teacups, stacked teacups. We have one more left, and then some more handles. I'm sure while we're in the process of getting that one more cup, we'll get the handles. And then I will call it a day for the stream, or a night, or evening, whatever it is. Time has no meaning. It's always tea time. There we go. It was not letting me place it. Ooh, yeah, that definitely. See? I knew we'd get at least one handle. Okay. Now there were some stacked teacup handles left. This handle here. At least it's down here where I can reach it from the table. Maybe? Got that one. It said I had 8 out of 11, so there should be some left. Alright. Where's the blinkies? That one. Ooh. Got that one. Let's see. One more. Come on. Where are you hiding? Okay, it's none of the ones on this side. And I just got that one. Where is it? It should be blinking. I don't see any blinkies. Okay. Let's see. That one's done. Oh, the one on the very bottom. There we go. Alright. So that is that. I declared that that's the last thing I was doing. So that is done. And I will call it here. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye bye.